Hi, it's Josie, and today I'd like to talk to you about improving your horse's trot. And we're going to do it through rhythm, tempo and balance. I've had a few questions lately about horses that are rushing, horses that fall into and out of other gaits. Hazel White, this one will help you. And Jenna Jacopek, I hope I pronounced that correctly. This one will also help you with your problem with your off-the-track thoroughbred. I would love to be able to give you a quick fix, but I have not yet found any in horse riding or horse training. What I have found though is the longest road is usually the quickest route. So today I'm going to show you some foundational things that I do with my horse. So we're going to talk about rhythm, tempo and balance, and we're obviously going to use the trot. Rhythm. The trot is a 2-beat rhythm. You'll understand that. It goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we want to make sure it is a nice good 2-beat rhythm, and then we need to control the tempo. The tempo is how many of those 2 beats fit into a minute cycle. So a slower trot tempo is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. A faster tempo is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can see you'd fit more 1-2s in a minute cycle with the second one than the first one. Now all horses have a natural tempo, which is the best tempo for that horse to find his balance. And every horse, that tempo is different, and it's your job as his rider to find the tempo that he finds his balance in easiest. And once you've found that tempo and you've kept your nice 2-beat rhythm in a good tempo, then your horse will find his balance. And you will feel that he has his balance because he doesn't appear to be falling forward. So I'll show you what I mean by falling forward. I'm just going to talk a little bit about balance and then give you a little visual so hopefully you'll understand what I mean by the horse running and falling forward. So nature made horses to carry more weight on their forehand. That is the way they naturally go. There's more weight over their front legs than their hind legs. When your horse is young, green, or has never found his balance and you've added your own weight to him, which has loaded up his forehand a little bit, he will tend to go like this. And if you've ever done it yourself and you've been running really fast, you tip forward and you fall forward. And usually the horse will offer you a fast tempo because he's losing his balance. So it's our job as the rider to find the tempo that he can most easily find his balance in. And I'm here to tell you it's not usually the tempo that they offer you, particularly when they're young and green. So we'd like him to go from that falling forward posture and tempo to one that's a little bit more balanced. So I'll see if I can show you and give you a visual on that. When we control the tempo, we hopefully stop the horse from feeling like he's running and falling forward and bring his centre of gravity back and allow him to find his balance with it spread over 4 legs so that he walks more like you're supposed to carry yourself in the saddle, with balance and not falling forward. Like everything in horses, this is not going to happen overnight for your horse. You're going to find a few steps where you get the balance and then you lose it, then you get it, then you lose it. Every horse is different. Some horses will find their balance more quickly and easily than others, but then will find something else difficult. Work with the horse you've got. That's one of the joys of horse training, is that they're all different, and I get excited about finding what I can help the horse with and what he can do well naturally. So how do we control the tempo in the horse's trot? Well, the very basic foundation is that the horse should follow the rhythm, and we're going to use rise trot. The horse should follow the rhythm of your rise trot. You are the pilot, not the passenger. You are the pilot, not the passenger. So the horse must listen to your seat. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I am very definitely rising and sitting. Good boy. And if his tempo was too fast underneath me, I'll see if I can make him go a bit faster. Now he's going faster and he's actually starting to fall a bit forward. I slow my rise. So on a young green horse, or a horse that is actually out of balance or out of his tempo, you are rising and falling at a different tempo to what he's offering under the saddle. And that can feel very uncomfortable because you're actually out of sync with them. These are part of the reasons, guys, you need to work on your seat and have a good seat before you try and start training your horse. It's so important, and it will pay you back 1,000,000 times over, I promise you. So while he's rushing and you're trying to keep your 1-2 not in time with him, you need to slow him down. So we really don't want to use the reins too much if we don't want to pull on the reins. We never want to pull on the reins if we can help it. So how do you do it? Well, circles are your best friend, because the horse will naturally need to slow down on the circle if he's going too fast. So what you would do, I don't know if I can reproduce this, and I'm sorry if I can't, but these horses are, my guys are a little bit further along and they really listen to my seat, but I'll give it my best shot. All right, Rebel, let's see what we can do. So, we're going along here, and Rebel starts to get too fast. I have to make him go fast, good boy. So I will slow my rise and turn on a circle. The minute he starts to come back to my seat or my rhythm, I will let him go straight. If he goes fast again, I will turn on the circle, and when he slows, I'll let him go straight. If it means I need to complete a full circle, that's what I'll do. And sometimes when you're riding a young green horse, this will be your entire training session. Just working on getting the horse to listen, to understand, to listen to your seat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what I do at the top of my rise is I pause and pull my core muscles in. So I basically pull my belly button to my backbone. It's the best way I can try and explain it, and engage the lower muscles from my belly button to my pubic bone. Almost as if you're blowing out through a straw. And I do that at the top and release. Pause and release. My horse will feel that, and if he doesn't in the beginning because he's green, as I do repetitions of this, he will work it out. They're pretty smart when it comes to things like that. They can feel the little tiny movements that you do on their back. Again, why you need to try and get yourself a good seat. So another way to actually teach your horse to listen to your rhythm of your body, if he's not understanding it, is to do a little trot. You'll see, yep, I have to add leg and perhaps even a little bit of whip here, because Rebel does like to go slow and stop. That's his favourite pace, stand still. So allow him to go forward and then slow him down, but keep him trotting. No, trot, 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 little trot. And then I will allow my rise to get a bit more, I want to say bigger, but that's not the word, forward. And now a littler one. And a good way to do this exercise is to do it before the corner. Little trot, come around the corner, little trot, and then let him out into what would be a normal trot. Good. Good. You can, coming into the corner, little trot. Nope, nope, yeah, see, I got to use a bit of leg and whip because he wants to just go onto his face. Good boy. And stop, good boy. And now I'm going to ask for a bigger trot. Good. And come back. Littler, make my rise, littler. I don't pull on my reins, I can promise you that. I do squeeze, release the outside rein in a half halt. Come across the diagonal. Littler trot. Littler trot. And now big trot. And coming into the corner, littler trot, sit a bit more upright. And by that I mean, instead of sending my energy that way, I send my energy up a bit. Sorry, Rebel. So now I'm going to send my energy out and forward. And now I'm going to lift my energy up and bring it up and down more or less on the spot for a little way to think about it. Good. So once you've found your horse's tempo, you attempt to work him in your training sessions in that balanced tempo. And you do that for a little while because of course the horse has to develop some muscles, and if he's been used to running around on his forehand and we're now putting him into more of a horizontal balance, he will have to develop some muscles and we don't want to make him sore. So you work through that, you'll find that he'll lose his balance, find his balance, lose his balance, find his balance. That is perfectly normal. And how long it takes for him to develop the ability to carry that rhythm for a while depends on each individual horse. It doesn't happen overnight, that's what I'm going to tell you. But once you've got that and you're pretty sure that you've got your balance pretty well under control, then you start to develop the horse's trot. So once you've got that rhythm, I use my rise and I will ask him for a smaller trot. You can see I use my legs here a bit because Rebel likes to come back and walk. And then I will do a bigger rise and ask for a bigger step. I sort of push myself up, 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 up. And that helps him because he's learned to follow my rhythm to take a bigger step. And now I'm going to make a smaller rise and a little up, down, but I have to add leg here because Rebel doesn't, this is hard work. Yeah, see, and he'll do a little trot. And I'll come out of this corner and we'll do a nice across the diagonal in a little bit longer step. So I will go up, 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 trying to keep the tempo the same. So the way you can control your horse's balance in trot is by controlling the tempo of his trot. We do that firstly by how we rise and use our body. Regardless of whether the horse is listening to it or not, you must do it all the time because I promise you eventually your horse will tune into it and then you have him listening to your body rhythm. Then you can use your rein, squeeze, release, outside rein, squeeze, release. Then if he doesn't listen to that, you do a circle. So at the minute I feel him come back to the tempo that we had chosen that he was doing, I allow him to go straight. If he only goes straight for 2 more steps and then he starts to run again, I turn him again. When you're training a young horse, this is obviously your entire training session for some of it until you can get your horse to understand these foundations. And if he doesn't listen to a turning on a circle, I will go and work with slowing the trot right down, trying to find a way to explain to the horse that I want him to listen to my body. I hope this helps you. Go out and play with it. Come back and tell me what you find, good, bad or otherwise. I'd love to hear how you go with it. And thank you for watching.